beginners a step-by-step guide. My name is Victoria. Now, Pinterest isn't the most popular social media platform. We all know that Facebook is. It is actually going down quite a lot since TikTok has come on board. So we've sort of got the big three. We've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. And then Pinterest comes up. Now, Pinterest people actually love Pinterest because it's a happy place. And Pinterest has actually tried very, very hard to make it a happy place, a place where there's no trolls, it's not non-judgmental, you don't have to get, you very rarely get hacked as you do on Facebook. I've been, and I know just about everybody else has as well. And it just seems to be a really nice place to be. So if you're feeling very uncomfortable on the other platforms, Pinterest might be absolutely perfect for you. So Pinterest isn't just just another platform like Facebook and Instagram. It's actually a search engine. So people don't tend to come to Facebook and search for something. It's you paying to be in front of them through an ad or doing your social, organic social media, trying to get in front of those people. But Pinterest is actually a search engine, much similar to Google. People go into Pinterest and they search for things that they are interested in. So Pinterest is really for planners. So they come into there to try and think about things that they want in the future, just try and having a bit of a mind map, a board, like a scrapboard, a mind scrapboard of all of the things that they think of doing. So you can think of things like weddings, you can think of things like a lot of teachers use Pinterest for planning future lessons. People who are renovating houses, people who are home decorating. It's very much what they are thinking of doing in the future. So our job as a business is to be there quite regularly so that when those people start saying, okay, well, I need to do this in the future, we're foremost in their mind as they start coming into that journey. So people think of Pinterest as a very safe place to explore your ideas. This program today, this webinar today, is brought to you by Business Station. I'm one of the digital solutions providers on here. We've got, I think, 35 of us on the team in Northern Territory, Queensland and Western Australia. This is a fantastic program. If you haven't jumped on board to this already, I really encourage you to. I've actually got people who are trying to get other ABNs so they can come into the program again. They really think it's amazing. You do get 3 hours worth of one-on-one, us talking directly to you about your business and how to help you grow. We then give you 4 hours worth of webinars and workshops that we think are really going to support you and extend your knowledge and help you grow. So 7 hours worth for only $44. It really is quite an amazing program. And that's to a federal funded grant from the previous government. Okay, so if you haven't met me before, like I said, my name is Victoria. Now, I practice what I preach. I'm not one of these people that come in and advise you on something that I haven't done myself. I do tend to experiment on all of my businesses before I come and teach it. I've owned bricks and mortar stores, gift shops, wellness centres, yoga studios, art gallery. That was all in one. But I also have owned and sold multiple e-commerce stores. So I've been growing businesses for about 12 years now. I'm also an author, published author, and on the board member of our local Chamber of Commerce. I'm very, very passionate about seeing other people's businesses grow. Because it's fun and exciting, and I really love being part of that journey with you. Whatever is in my mind, I will share with you as freely as possible because I've gone through the hurdles. I know how hard it is to grow business. And if I can streamline that for you and teach you all the little tricks and things that I've learned along the way, I really will. I currently own a skincare company, so I am in amongst the trenches with you right now, because I know how hard it is to grow at the moment on social media, and it wasn't that hard previously. So we're going to go through today. So what are your goals? What do you actually want to get out of Pinterest? Is it brand awareness? Is it people clicking on to book in to see you? Is it people going to your website? Is it people downloading an ebook so you can get their email addresses? So thinking about what your goals are, and then it's actually really easy to streamline what you're going to present to Pinterest. And who are you talking to? You're absolutely not talking to every single person. You're only talking to the people that are going to book in to your service or buy your product. And the way that we do this this is too simplified. There's lots of different ways that you can do this. But a very, very simplified way of doing this is to cut out the demographics that aren't buying your product and your service. So if your product or your service is specifically for females, you can cut out a whole entire demographic of men. If your product and service is not for toddlers, you can cut out a whole entire demographic of toddlers. So it's sometimes easier cutting out the people that we're not marketing to and really streamlining that story. What we need to remember when we are focusing on who we are marketing to is that we might think, we're talking to lots and lots of people, but most people are on their phones. I've got my phone here. Most people are on their phones, and there's only one person looking at their phone at the one time. You're just talking to that person. You're just talking to that one person on their phone at the time. So trying to streamline your message is really, really important, because there's that many people that flick through social media. There's that many people that are online. We really want to stop that thumb scrolling to connect with that person who is online. Okay, so connecting, what are your goals? So even write them down. Just have a little scribble on your notepad or your notes, wherever you put your notes. What are your goals? What do you want to get out of this? And very, very quickly, who are you talking to? Then we need to set up your business account properly and verify your website if you have one. You do need to own that website. You can't verify your business account if it goes to Amazon or Etsy or eBay, because you don't own those websites. We're going to go through boards and pins and what they are and how you can make them best for your business. A content strategy that you might like to put into place and implement. Talking about Pinterest SEO, that's actually one of the most important parts of this webinar. How to be consistent and not burn yourself out, and then how to analyze it and repeat it. So who are you talking to? What are they worried about? How is your product and your service going to make their life better? Who are they? What are they? Female? Are they male? They might be both. Are you a local business? So you're really only thinking about getting local traffic? Is there a specific benefit that they are going to get out of your service or out of your product? Is there something that they're really, really worried about, and you can help them by giving them the information to stop them lying awake at nighttime thinking about it? So what your job is to try and get into their head. Who are they? What are their hobbies? What are their dreams? What are their desires? What do they just lie in bed and struggle with? And how is your product and your service going to inspire them and make their life better? So creating a business account, a lot of us come on board and create a personal account. It's what, happens when you start creating the business stuff, creating Pinterest, but it's very, very easy to change it over to a business account. I do encourage you to have a business account if you're a business. You can have your own personal account, perhaps from a different email, but in Pinterest, you create boards, but you can actually keep a lot of those boards secret. So if you're on a business account, You can have boards that are open to, you can have boards that are open to the public, and then boards that are closed, that are secret. And those secret boards are you getting inspiration, whatever you're interested in, that may not be of interest to your customers. Everything on your business account is of interest to your customer, not necessarily you, but your customer. And that's why it's so important to do that beginning, to know what your customer is very interested in. It is a good idea to verify your website. If you have it, you get that little verification. And then you're going to start creating boards. So creating boards, and I do encourage you to start creating at least 5 to 10 boards that are relevant to your business. So Pinterest boards are like imagine that you've got an actual physical pin board, and it's like a big, mind dump of information, and you're creating like a vision board. And so the pins are the pictures on the boards. So we want our customers to come to your page and say, wow, everything here is really interesting. It's really relevant to what I am interested in. So again, that's going back to knowing your customer very well. Okay, so we can have a collection of boards, and then we organize them and we categorize your pins so your followers can easily search them. So each board needs to have something that's a title that someone may be searching for. We talked about Pinterest being a search engine. It needs to have a searchable title for your board. We don't want all of your hard work creating these boards to go to waste. We actually want people to find those boards and start following them. Okay, what to do? So we can give lots of information about our business, what we do in our business, where we're located if you're a physical store, and you can even show your website in a video to say, this is where I'm located online. What people should know about you, how to choose the right products or services of the type that you offer, and you can help. This really helps interested Pinterest users find you easily. So very easy to create a board. There's a few different ways of doing it. This is one way. Going into your business page, click on Saved, click on the plus button, and then you can create a board in here. So some ideas for boards. Now, Pinterest is absolutely fantastic for blogs. So if you aren't creating a blog yet, I actually encourage you to start trying to. I've got a very, very easy way of creating blogs, and I'm thinking I might do a bit of a webinar on that, of the process that I can create blogs in under half an hour, put them onto Pinterest, put them onto social media, create the graphic for it, and optimize it for keywords. So that's very relevant when you're optimizing it for your keywords. You're making sure that Google understands what your blog is about. Your blog is on your website. Your blog then attracts people to the website who are Googling what they're interested in. And when you put it onto Pinterest, it allows what we call a backlink, sending people back to your website. Google loves it when they see lots of links on other places that move people back to your website. So really, really, if you can start creating blogs, really good idea to do that. You can have product themes. So best of in your niche, this is where you'd pin only your content, and it acts the best for your business. So you're showcasing the best of your business. You can have services you offer. So services can be one or several boards depending on how many services that you have, and they can vary. For an instance, if you're a cleaner, you might have exit cleans, you might have kitchen cleans, you might have room cleans, you might have car cleans. I spend a little bit of time researching other platforms, and Etsy actually has The checklists for cleaning is one of the most popular things that people buy. So you could create some sort of checklist for your services and create that into an infographic, and then that works infographics work very, very well on Pinterest as well. So Pinterest pins. Pinterest revolves around high quality images, and you can create a pin without linking to a website, but I really strongly recommend you using it to link back to your website if you're using Pinterest for Business. Now, you can link that back to any website. So if you're trying to grow your following on Instagram, you can link it back to your URL on Instagram, your link. If you are on Etsy, you can link things back to there. A lot of people are using something called Linktree. You might be using that or be familiar with that. Linktree is a list of places that you can send people to. So you can get the URL for that and send people to your Linktree. So there's quite a few different ways that you can do it. But if you are creating that pin, if you're spending that time creating that pin, you've optimized your board for beautiful keywords to allow Google to find you, allow Pinterest people to find you, you may as well really make the most of that pin and link it back to something. You might link it back to your booking service. So numerous things that you can link that back to. That's actually one of the best things about Pinterest. So other social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok starting to do it a little bit as well, they actually really don't like you putting in a link to send people off their platform. They actually show that post to fewer people or even block it sometimes if you're sending people away from their platform. So if you're on social media and you're constantly putting in a link to your blog or to your Etsy shop or Amazon shop or wherever you are, or your website, they'll hardly show anyone that post. It's called an outbound link. But on Pinterest, they encourage you to do it, every single pin, it really makes Pinterest stand out over the other platforms. So just make sure that your pins are the correct size. As with all of the platforms, just play their game. Just, find out the correct size. Make sure it looks beautiful on their platform. You're showcasing your business to millions of people. Make it look great. So it's recommended that you do the 2:3 aspect ratio for all of your pins. And this is so easy to do in Canva. If you are creating in Canva, just a little bit of a thing around Canva, don't just use the templates. Tweak the templates so that it has your brand colors, it has your logo on it, has your website on it, and it has the fonts that you use all the time. It would be wonderful if you could put your own photos in there, but it's just so easy to get the sort of skeleton template, if you will, on Canva, and then tweak it so that it really suits and looks on brand for your company. So according to Pinterest, the best performing pins have 3 things in common. They're beautiful. People do come to Pinterest because they want to see lovely aesthetics. It's interesting. It's actually going to be useful for your customer, and it's actionable. So again, having a link to send people. Okay, so every idea is represented by a pin, which is an image that is searched and saved for by Pinterest users. So the pins can also link back to websites, and like I said, which is fantastic for why Pinterest is great for driving traffic and sales. So when using Pinterest for business, you should always put that link into each pin. Now, I wanted to show you a few different graphics that you can use from Canva for your content strategy. Now, I purposely did not change a single thing on these templates because I wanted you to see how easy it would be for you to change the website so it's yours. Change that there, change that there, change that there. And how easy it is for you to actually create what Pinterest has asked us to create is beautiful imagery. So content strategy, a weekly blog around your business. And if you start getting into the habit of having a weekly blog, you can create 2. I'm absolutely certain you can. And then if you're absolutely crazy like me, you'll be trying to create 1 daily. I'm on a bit of a 90-day challenge with myself at the moment, getting up earlier and creating that blog every single day. I'm testing, like I said at the beginning, I test everything before I come and teach it. So I'm testing the Google to see if it works better than Facebook and Instagram at the moment. Okay, so this is, create weekly blogs is fantastic for your business. The next one, have stunning photos. If you have a website, you probably would have already taken beautiful photos for it, either of your face or of your product. The website photos need to be high quality. The social media on other platforms doesn't necessarily need to be as high quality, but the website ones do. So then using those website ones into Pinterest, because it does ask for beautiful, stunning photography. If you don't have anything like this, you can see here, this is directly from Canva. So Canva really does have beautiful photography, and you can even put videos in there as well. And I've noticed recently, after watching Pinterest for a little while now, videos are becoming a lot more prevalent on Pinterest. A lot of people, and you can do this also, if you're already creating videos for Reels or for TikToks, just put them on Pinterest. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every single time. You can reuse that content. If you have created a TikTok, I encourage you to take the logo off before you put it on any other social media, including Pinterest. And to do that, you go to TikTok, you copy the link, and then you put it into something called Snaptic on your phone and download it, and it takes the logo off. Okay, so creating stunning product photos or videos. Sharing valuable information via infographics. Now, again, I just wanted to show you, I haven't changed anything on this from Canva. And you see it's already there for you. What I would personally do if I was to use one of these is I would go through and I would change those colors to be my brand colors. I would put my website in there, and then you have a beautiful infographic that you can download. Very, very simple. Now we need to create the vertical graphics. So when you're creating them, they do need to be quite long and vertical. That's the style. So it's not a square and it's not horizontal, it's vertical. This, I really wanted to bring this in to show you because, again, these are all Canva. You can go in and have a look. But this is a fabulous tool for you to start building your email list. Now, why would we build an email list? Because we don't own Pinterest. We don't own any of the other social medias. And they can shut down their business. It's their business. We don't own it at any time. We have no control over whether they shut their businesses down. It's entirely up to them. What we do have control is we are lucky enough to use these platforms for free, which is quite phenomenal when you think about it. We used to have to pay for radio or television or newspaper, but now we can use these social media platforms for free, which is amazing. But it's our job to have security in our business and get an email list that we can target to, we can speak to, we can communicate with if any of these platforms shut down. Okay, email marketing is still one of the best forms of marketing. And so we reverse engineer this. And this is just samples of me saying, great, here's a download that you can get, here's an ebook that you can get, here's top 10 tips that you can download. So you can imagine how simple it would be. You're the expert in the field. Give us some information that is going to be very, very useful for me, but gate it. We call it gating it, so that you actually can't get the information unless you get that email. And then I do encourage you to put them onto an automated, nurture sequence to support them along their way and build that beautiful relationship with them. But I just wanted to show you these ones. This is quite imperative that you start building this into your Pinterest strategy, is to have something that they can download. So obviously they're going to, you need to host it somewhere on a website or on an email platform, but and then you're sending people to that platform. This is you advertising what benefit we're going to get from whatever you are going to give us. So that's really important that you build that into your Pinterest strategy. Let me know if there's any questions. It will pop up in the chat. Do it yourselves. Pinterest people really love this stuff. They're planners, they're crafty people, they're teachers. They love actually creating something. So and learning something new. So if you have something that you can share, this, how to create this gorgeous little crochet pig toy, I would actually use that as a lead magnet, because people, then you can actually email them and say, great, here's your free pattern. Thanks so much for doing this. The next email may be, did you get your pattern? Just checking to see if everything's okay, if you've got any questions. Did you need any wool? Jump over to my website. I've got some there specifically for this pattern. Okay, so do it yourselves. Very, very easy. Makeup tips, crafting, lots of do-it-yourself hair masks and facials and things like that there as well. And the other thing that works very, very well is recipes and food. It's planning. People are coming to here instead of recipe books because they really want to find out loads and loads of ideas and tips on how to make, the best cake for the one-year-old birthday party. And then they'll create a board of cakes, decorations, invitations of how to actually create a beautiful, birthday party for a one-year-old. But again, I've just got these off Canva, and can you see how easy this could be for you to tweak and brand it yourself? And that right there is actually a really, really great, informative. It's got beautiful imagery in it, and they'll probably go to your website to find out the method of it. How-to guides, another very good thing that people love putting onto Pinterest. How to, whatever your business is, how to do this. Recently, I put a how to layer your skincare, and how to use this, how to use that. It's another thing. Pinterest people just love learning. They love finding things out. And if we can even upscale that a little bit, that they can learn something that they can teach someone else, it empowers them, makes them feel very special that they can teach someone else, but we can reverse engineer that by teaching them. And it's like I said, Pinterest is actually just a really, really nice place to be. It's sharing, it's planning, it's a very giving place. Now, I said right at the beginning of the webinar that this Pinterest SEO is one of the most important things you can do. Let me take a step back there though. If you're on Pinterest for fun, this has nothing to do with you. This is only for Pinterest for business. Now, as much as I would like to have a lot of free time, I don't. And my free time is very precious, and I actually spend it off social media. So I don't use social media for anything else but business. So if you're using Pinterest for business, this is imperative that you think about it. Search engine optimization. What are people Googling? Can Google find you? And how are they going to find you? When you put into the search bar into Google, put in a search, you'll see all of the words that people are searching for, all of the phrases that people are searching for underneath it. All of those, not all of them in one post, but copy and paste those, sprinkle them through your website and your Pinterest because it's SEO optimized. So search engine optimized. We're trying to make those connections, those people, what they're searching for, to your product and your service, to your pin, to your website. We're just trying to make it very, very easy for your customers to get to you. So adding keywords. Now, keywords can be one word or they can be key phrases. Adding them to your title, adding them to your description. Now, we've all seen those people that are keyword stuffing, we call it, and the titles make no sense. The descriptions make no sense. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be having a very authentic brand, but you still want to make it work for Google getting to you and your customers getting to you. So we can do that in the search bar. It's actually, a really easy way to start finding out the how to get those keywords. Is going directly to Pinterest and typing in your niche. And then you'll see that lovely list. And then that lovely list needs to be sprinkled throughout your titles of your boards, your titles of your pins, and the descriptions. We need to make it easy to connect the dots. And just be consistent. I know that a lot of us are working full time, or we've got other commitments, and I'm exactly the same. I'm working full time here, having my skincare company on the side. So I tend to do all of this information either before work or on a Saturday morning. And what I do is batch my content. So if I create 7 Pinterest pins that are relevant to my audience in Canva, download them all, I'll put them into here. I'll make sure that I have put in the title, it's keyword optimized. I've put in the description, that's got keywords through it already. I've put in the destination link, so I'm linking people back to wherever I want them to go, probably to my website. And then here, we can publish it at a later date. And I do this for all of my social media on all of the platforms. I publish it at a later date. So it comes out each day and I have nothing to do with it. It comes out all the time. I go in every now and then and I check if there's any comments or if there's anything that I need to fix or tweak. But I can publish those and schedule them out each day. And it's automatic. It's fantastic. There are other platforms that you can do this in. With a lot of Pinterest people use Tailwind. I haven't used Tailwind yet, so I can't comment on that for you, but you will hear a lot of Pinterest people do their planning, their batching, their content posting and their scheduling through something called Tailwind. I've used Later as well for scheduling the content out. I didn't think it was any more useful from actually doing it within Pinterest. It didn't save me any time, but you do what's best for you. And then you analyze and you see what works. So you go into the Pinterest trends to get inspiration. And we go in there and we say to ourselves, great, I look at all the trends. What can I actually build into my business that those trends are working? And you can get trends from lots of other platforms as well. You can get trends from TikTok, you can get trends from YouTube, you can get, you can go into the shopping center and you can look at the headlines on the newspapers and the magazines. You can have a look and see what, people are doing in their shop front windows, what other people are doing, your competitors are doing. So having a look around and seeing what other things you can use for your inspiration and bringing them here. Okay, just got a chat. Do you pin onto just one board, your best of, or do you pin onto multiple boards? You always pin the original one onto your best of board first, and then you can pin it onto multiple boards as well. Okay, so the program that we talked about at the beginning is the Digital Solutions Program. You do need to have an ABN in WA, Queensland or Northern Territory, and you do need to be running your business to make a profit. So if you're a non-for-profit, we have an amazing deal for if you're in Queensland. So if you are in Queensland, or if you're a non-for-profit, or a non-for-profit, we can actually give this program to you for free. So please get in touch with us. You do need to have fewer than 20 full-time staff members. And the link is there, businessstation.link/register, and you can choose which advisor that you would like to speak to and go through some of our bios and see who is actually going to help you move your business forward the most. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing. Oops, stop share and come in and say hi. Alrighty, so hopefully that gave you some information and you can become a little bit more confident in pinning and creating your business on Pinterest. I do need to say that Pinterest is a bit of a long, slow burn. But Pinterest pins last a lot longer than social media does, because social media, you're flicking, and it just gets covered up by so many other posts that people are doing, and it gets lost in the background. It doesn't, sort of sit there, and unless someone's going through your actual page. But Pinterest pins stay there for ages, probably, forever until they shut it down or you take it down. And so the longevity of a pin is actually a lot longer than the longevity of a social media post. And that's why I was saying it can be a bit of a slow burn. So I really, really encourage you to, start doing it quite consistently and start doing it quite regularly. So is there a paid account? Not that I'm aware of. I don't know of a paid Pinterest account at all. You do pay for ads, and if I'm not wrong, I think they give you a bit of a ad spend to start with. I know I got given it, so hopefully you do too. But yeah, there isn't a paid account for it, which again is quite phenomenal that we can use these platforms to build our business for free. We've been given quite a blessing, a gift to be able to build our businesses like that. But all we need to do is play their game and use those businesses to suit our businesses. Okay, does anyone have any other questions? I hope everything was understandable. So Lindsay, with your beeswax food wraps, everything that comes to mind is eco-friendly and sustainability. So there's loads and loads of things that you can do on there. No worries. Thank you very much for coming today. I really appreciate everybody's time. Thank you. And I wish you the absolute best in your business. I get excited to see other people's businesses grow, and I get excited when I can be on that journey with you as well. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you've got any questions by emailing me, and hopefully we'll see you in the program sometime. Thank you. It was very effective and excited. I'm so excited, Janelle. That's really, really great. Fantastic. Hopefully we'll be able to connect and start following your Pinterest page, and we can follow together and support each other. Wonderful. Okay, you guys take care and have a wonderful day. See you.